Welcome to Your Yes Filled Life. I'm Brenda Winkle, energetic leadership guide, psychic medium, and somatic coach for ambitious leaders who know their gifts are real and who want to stand fully in them. Here, you'll learn how to trust your intuition, embody your vision, and step into the freedom you've been craving, all without chasing more certifications or carrying stuff that does not belong to you. Every week, I'll share powerful practices and conversations with thought leaders and changemakers that help you transform your vision into embodied confidence, claim your gifts without apology, and lead with both clarity and freedom. Because your gifts aren't cute, they're powerful, they're real, and they're needed. Start today by downloading my free energy audit at brendawinkle.com/audit. It's the exact tool I use to track what's fueling me and what's draining me. It will help you discern between that hit of achievement and true joy so that you can lead with more clarity and impact. This is your space to stop proving, start embodying, and live fully in your gifts. Welcome to Your Yes-Filled Life. Hello, and welcome to Your Yes-Filled Life. I'm your host, Brenda Winkle, energetic leadership guide, psychic medium, and somatic mentor for high-achieving, sensitive, loving, empathic healers, coaches, seekers, conscious creators, and spiritual entrepreneurs. And today we're talking about something that every single practitioner feels, but very few talk about openly, and every single recipient of the healing arts also knows. And that is the gap between being a good healer and becoming the kind of healer who creates outcomes that feel absolutely mind-blowingly good. And if you're trained, experienced, and intuitive, this episode is going to land in a very particular way for you because deep down, you already know that you're standing right on the edge of something bigger. And if you're someone who enjoys experiencing healing, you're going to want to stay tuned as well, because this episode is going to help you know what to look for as you're choosing your healers, whether those are doctors or Reiki practitioners or sound healers or psilocybin facilitators. It doesn't matter. Now, let's name the one thing that no one says out loud. Most healers think that the next level is about adding more modalities, more trainings, more certifications, and more technique. But the real shift, the one that changes everything, isn't necessarily about adding another modality or another training. It's about accessing what's already inside of you. Here's the truth. There's a moment in every healer's journey when your intuition starts giving you information that your training never taught you what to do with. In fact, your training probably told you you should ignore it. Your training, especially if you are trained in conventional types of healing, like medicine, nursing, counseling, and also in the healing arts like Reiki and sound healing, you've probably been taught to ignore your intuition. But here's the thing, your body is already telling you things before your conscious mind even picks it up. You feel the shifts in your body before your client even speaks. You sense patterns they haven't ever talked about. You pick up on energy that doesn't match their words. You might even see things in your mind's eye, or you might know things about their life that you can't explain how you know them. And you absolutely can understand when they're telling you something they don't believe. Not that they're trying to lie to you, but when there's a disconnect between what their conscious mind is saying and what their subconscious or energetic body is trying to say. And while you intuitively know what to do, your mind doesn't always trust it. And that gap, that's the distance between being a skilled healer or practitioner and being extraordinary. Let's deepen into this. The gap isn't the problem. The gap is actually a sign that you're evolving. It means your intuition is strengthening and you're refining your somatic access, and your sensitivity is becoming even more precise. In other words, your gifts are growing faster than your structure. And this is where so many brilliant practitioners get stuck. You know more, you feel more, you intuit more, but you don't necessarily have the internal clarity or energetic framework to use that information in a grounded, ethical, and embodied way. So, what happens? Well, you second guess yourself, you hold back the deeper truth, you play smaller than your capacity. You pretend not to know things that you actually know. And then later down the road, you're like, yeah, I guess I knew that. You default to techniques instead of being fully present in the moment to let the person that you're sitting across from, to let their energy or emotionality guide you. And you soften your power so that no one misinterprets it. And you're not doing this because you're unsure. You're doing it because no one has taught you what to do at this level. That's the unspoken gap. So let me describe what it feels like when this gap starts to close. You walk into a session grounded and clear and steady, and you confidently can hold the container. You set the frame for the meeting, and your body becomes an instrument attuning to exactly what's happening in your client's energy and nervous system. You can feel exactly what wants to open. You can name and articulate what wants to shift, and you can guide the session without forcing or guessing. There's no pushing, there's no performing, there's no over efforting. There's just trust and clarity and presence. And because of this, sessions go deeper. Not because you're doing more, but because you're reading more accurately. You're allowing your intuition to guide you. You're responding more intuitively and holding a level of energetic precision that you didn't have before. And this is where the real breakthroughs happen. This is where clients say things like, I've done years of therapy and coaching and never experienced a shift like this. In fact, if you've worked with me, you've probably said this. I hear this from clients literally all the time. And by the way, I am very much pro therapy. I am a believer in therapy, and this is in no way talking badly about therapy. Therapy is important. But we're talking about something different here. We're talking about being able to trust what's actually coming through energetically and intuitively. And this can happen not because you learn a new trick, but because you learned to trust the intelligence moving through you. And here's the decision point. Every intuitive practitioner reaches a moment where they feel this rising in them. And you have a choice. The choice is, do I keep doing what I've always done, or do I step into the level I know I'm meant for? A level where your intuition is fluent, your presence is powerful and magnetic, and your work feels like it's finally reaching and matching the depth of who you are. You already know which direction your body is pointing. And if you're feeling that pull, that inner knowing that something deeper is coming online, trust that. This is your next evolution asking to be met. And I'll just say this. If you're somebody who's feeling more in your sessions than people say, you're sensing more, you're receiving more information, and you're wanting to integrate your somatic or energetic or therapeutic work in a way that feels clean, ethical, and grounded, something is coming that's going to support you in exactly that evolution. I'm creating something specifically for the practitioner who is ready to work with intuitive precision without losing safety, structure, or integrity. More soon. But if your body lit up just a little, that's your body saying, ooh, there's something here for me. Now, if you are someone who enjoys being met by practitioners who have these intuitive gifts, stay tuned because in future episodes, I'm going to describe to you how you can discern the practitioners who are trusting their intuition and the energy coming through them and to them in a way that many are not. So you can be more discerning about the people that you choose to work with. Now, if this episode landed for you, would you please share it with someone you care about? And if you're feeling that inner buzz and you think, I think Brenda's talking directly to me, pay attention to that. Send me a DM or an email, and I'll tell you just a little bit about what's coming because the next season of your work is going to be so, so powerful. Now, be sure you go grab that free energy audit because as we enter December, December is the last month of the year, which I know you know. You're like, duh. Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. December is the last month of the year, meaning we're closing out cycles. It is not the time for you to take your foot off the gas of the dreams that you've been building. It is not the time for you to say, oh, I'm just going to stop and I'll wait until January and then I'll restart. Because what will happen is you'll lose that energetic momentum. Instead, don't go crazy, don't hustle, but keep the momentum going. Be discerning. Where are you spending your energy? Where are you spending your bandwidth? Are there things that need to shift? And the energy audit will help you get really clear on what those things might be. It's free. Go grab it at brendawinkle.com/audit. All right. I will talk to you very soon. Be sure you subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for listening. Be sure and leave the podcast a rating and review. I keep asking. It's not happening, but I keep asking. And by the way, some of you sent me emails and messages. They meant a lot. Thank you. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your support, especially about my last episode where I told you all the things about how things have felt lately. And thank you for your kindness. So much love for you. Bye for now. Until next time.